Good afternoon, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Non-League's Premier League. My name's Louis, also known as Lurg. It's Monday, we're back, we took a week off. I hope this finds you well. Right, this Premier League malarkey, it's a little bit difficult. You were last with us for the Leicester and Southampton games. We played 5 games since then, plus a friendly. And our form is a little bit sketchy. We've got a couple of injuries in the squad as well. We've just had Morgan Tong return though. It really has been an up and down kind of time. We've got points where we should maybe not have got points. We've lost points where we shouldn't have lost points. And it really is proving to be quite a difficult league. Obviously, we didn't expect to kind of run this league over. It is the Premier League. There are much, much better teams in the division than we are. But I expected us to be steady. I really thought that we'd be kind of hanging around about 9th, 10th, and that we'd just kind of push on next season after making the transfers we did in the summer. That's not been the case, and you will see here exactly what has been happening. So we will go into the schedule then, and as you can see, last with us for the Leicester game, we had a Queen of the South friendly, which we won 4-1. We then got absolutely decimated by Chelsea 3-0. And when I say decimated, I really do mean decimated. We then lost to Sheffield United. If I come into this, very, very, very close game. On the edge of things, we probably should have took at least a point from this game. We were the better side for much of it. But overall, kind of even. I'd have at least expected a point there. Then we come into the result with Burnley. Again, very, very even game. We did get a point out of it away from home, but if you'd have seen the way that this game played out, we actually were, and I mean we really were, the better team for long, long periods of the game. They come back more into it, kind of pressing us in the last 10, 15 minutes of the game. Very, very, very disappointing there not to pick up 3 points. We then played Everton, and we got a 1-1 draw with them. In all fairness, we were the better side for about 30 minutes, 40 minutes. And then as you'll see, Everton's second half absolutely just come on really, really strong. And second half of the game, they threw everything at us. It was just attack after attack after attack. They missed a lot of shots. They really did. You'd expect more from the likes of Calvin Lewin. But we picked up a point, and that was a massive, massive point for us. And we thought, okay, so that weren't really a great game to finish on. And then we've literally just played Tottenham. And my word, what a game this was. We were the better side. It wasn't even close in contention. We were the better side throughout. I was a little bit scared when they drew level through Troy Parrott. Because honestly, at that point, they hadn't been in the game, and I thought, our heads are going to drop here. Here we go again. That didn't happen. The boys on the brink of half-time, Tommy Doyle scored a lovely little goal, and in the second half, we absolutely just demolished them. And I really do mean we demolished them. It was just a really good performance. At one point, we had 70% possession. So if we can build on that today, I would love to. Our first game is going to be against West Brom. We'll be back at the Hawthorns in a moment. So here we are for the game at the Hawthorns. As you can see then, we've got an 11 of Felipe in goal, Jimenez on the left, Gilchrist and Wood in the centre, Gerardo on that right hand side, Doyle and Sparrow being played in the middle, McGee out on the left hand side, Cornick on the right hand side with Etete and Mokhtar up front. We've been very, very disappointed with how Petruzzi's been playing, so he has been forced out of the side. We was originally, of course, playing Tong on the left-hand side with McGee in the middle and Sparrow on the bench. Unfortunately, he's just coming back to fitness now, is Morgan Tong. And the player who we are missing, Jacob Davenport, injured, is out for 3 months. not the best, but, you know, what can you do? So we are going on life without him. Obviously, we've still got Jordan Ibe injured. Batil is on his way back from injury, so hopefully we should have him back after the Man City game. But as we line up here, this is the team that just absolutely decimated Tottenham, so I would expect a good performance at the Hawthorns today. However, it is worth noting that so far we haven't beat West Brom in 4 games, so this is a run that we're really hoping we can break the duck on today. The main reason being they are sat in 19th, obviously, so for us, this is a little bit of a 6-pointer. We need to win. Like, against teams around us, we really do need to win. The fact that it's against a team who's local as well, it really does all add up, and we're hoping that we can get a big, big result here today. Kiana Tete then back in the side. Gerardo plays it back to Wood. Wood launches it over the top. Sanyan does intercept. Gilchrist finds Doyle. Gilchrist just dwindling on the ball a little bit too much there was Alfie, and that makes me really nervous at times. And Felipe passes it to Doyle then. It goes out wide to McGee. Back to Jimenez. Jimenez to Sparrow. Sparrow back inside to McGee. Back to Sparrow. Forward for Mokhtar. Etete. Really nice bit of football here. Jimenez plays it forward for McGee, who's one-on-one, and a very poor effort there by Dave McGee. And they're the kind of opportunities where you have to punish the opponent, because you might not get another one, especially against a team like West Brom, who are going to play very compact, very solid. You might not get another one until kind of the brink of half-time. Very, very solid team, especially defensively. However, that being said, we are the team on the ascendancy at the moment. 25 minutes gone. We're having the better of it. Absolutely no highlights, though. So it's obviously not the most entertaining game. A little bit scrappy, maybe. Sparrow's on a yellow card, and he never gets carded. So kind of says the state of things. And Sanyan there. Header hits Felipe. I thought it was a good save and it was going to go wide potentially. But powerful, powerful header. And Felipe just knocks it into the corner of the net. Very unfortunate for him. He did get his hands to it originally. We are now going to have to give the boys a kick up the backside because we are 1-0 down. We're dominating the game as such, but nothing out of it. And this is not a game that we can afford to lose. So in the dressing room, I am going to say I am far from pleased with what we've just seen. Mokhtar playing really poorly today as well. It seems like at the moment we've always got one player on the pitch who just doesn't seem to be pulling his weight. It doesn't matter who it is. Like, it's not just one player in particular all the time. It's not this player's playing bad on a consistent basis. Just one of the 11 always seems to be really putting in a poor shift. Fry here then brings the ball forward for West Bromwich. Doyle with a nice tackle, but the ball again just falls back to Fry over the top for Williams. And that's 2-0. That's far too easy. And is it in? It's appealing for offside. It's going to go to VAR. Be happy here if this is disallowed. Oh, thank the Lord. And we are going to have to possibly make a change. Let's see how close this was, because initially I didn't think it was offside. And that's very tight. I think I'd be a little bit pissed off there if I was Slaven Bilic. Plays it forward then. Emil Smith-Rowe comes forward. Gerardo heads it away. Only goes as far back as Phoebus. Phoebus plays it back to Williams. Inside to West. West jinks round Gerardo. Really nice, but the end product is poor. Harry Cornick's having a poor game as well. We're holding on to the ball. We're making chances. Just not making any inroads. So Morgan Tong will come on that right hand side. Will he? Do you know what? I don't think he will. We'll undo that. Petruzzi will come on for Harry Cornick. We'll switch Harry Cornick round with Mokhtar. Then we will bring on Morgan Tong for Joe Sparrow. Tong and Dion McGee can be changed over. Jimenez is on a yellow card and deserved it. Mokhtar's not playing very well, but we've just moved him out of position to put him on that right hand side. So we'll leave it with that for now and see how we get on. We are going to go into a more attacking mentality here as well. And once we get back into the game, we'll give the boys that kick up the backside that we think they so desperately deserve. We're going to tell them that we want more out of them. Felipe here then launches it forward. Sanyang does intercept Phoebus. Plays it forward. Emil Smith-Rowe out wide to Pereira. Williams is on the ball. Does jink past again. And Alfie Gilchrist to blame that time. But Felipe does get down nicely at his near post. Pereira gets it in. Atete heads it away. The big man in the box. West Brom now really starting to have a little bit better of the ball. 70 minutes gone and we're still just not making any headway. West Brom are the team who are getting all the highlights. We've got possession and just not doing anything with it. It's wasteful possession. As we say that, corner kick comes in, McGee. Atete is going to get his head on it. It does, and it's over the bar. And how can we play so well against Tottenham and then, okay, we're matching West Brom, kind of, but just not good enough. For a team, especially that is where they are at the moment and have had so many goals scored against them, you would expect us to have put in a much, much better shift here today, especially off the result as well against Tottenham Hotspur. You would think that would be the type of result that would really push the team on, give them a bit of motivation. Nice interception there. I think Knight's just offside, and he's not offside. The linesman hasn't run back at all. And that is going to be 2-0 to West Brom. And that's it. It's all over. We're not going to get anything out of this now. Highly disappointing. Like I say, you would expect after the Tottenham result for the boys to really press on. Maybe my fault for going attacking when we're away from home. But honestly, I believe we've got a better squad than this West Brom side. Atete can't do anything. Tommy Doyle, though, take that one out the back of the net. 2 goals in 2 games. And that was an absolutely stunning strike. There is yet a point to be had out of this game, potentially. Mokhtar, Atete gets tackled. Really unfortunate for West Brom, but Doyle's in the right time, the right place. Right place, right time, we know what I mean. And Mokhtar just squares it across nicely for him. And if maybe we can just give him a bit of praise for saying, you got there. Ball over the top. Field heads it away. Harper brings it round his man. Sisto then. We've got some very tired legs on the pitch here. Williams just ends up with Felipe. Can we get a counter-attack going? Should be building from the back, but Felipe just launches it. Again, not playing to our own strengths. Knight's through and thankfully just really poorly drags his shot wide. And in the end, you've got to say, West Brom probably deserve it for how they played in the second half. We really let them come on to us. And that's just, as you can see, it shows it on the XG. I don't know why I'm pointing, you can see where my finger's actually pointing to on the screen. But a very, very disappointing second half. And now we've got a huge game at the Etihad Stadium where we can't afford to get tatered. So we're going to have to switch things up a little bit. We'll be back in a minute. So here we are then for the game at the Etihad. We've had to go a little bit more defensive. Man City themselves actually underperforming in the league this season, but their squad is absolutely terrifying. So we're rolling with Felipe, Jimenez, Gilchrist, Wood and Gerardo, Dixon Bonner at the bottom of midfield because unfortunately Jez Davis is injured, Tommy Doyle and Joe Sparrow in midfield, then Dion McGee and Harry Cornick out wide, Keon Atete up top on his own as a target man, really looking to get the best out of the big man today if we can. Couple of goals from set pieces would be really nice. This is going to be a struggle, and you'll see if we can have a little look here at obviously Man City's starting lineup. Their squad, a little bit good. So you got Edison in goal, Ndide, Felipe, Cooper Miners and Alaba, Valverde, Jenkins, De Bruyne, Sterling, Lamar and Haaland. This is going to be... I just hope we're not going to see a cricket score on the live com this afternoon. We are huge underdogs. There's no pressure on the boys at all. Go out and play your natural game. Obviously they are, as I said, underperforming in 7th. We'll have our work cut out. At the end of the day, I prefer to get possession if we can. It's unlikely against this squad. This is a really, really good squad. Pep Guardiola still in charge as well. Probably inviting them onto us is not the best of moves, honestly. But I don't think we're going to be able to try and kind of matched them pound for pound, punch for punch, if you like, going forwards. Quite happy just to sit back and try and nullify them out. It's not my play style at all, but every now and again you've got to realise that the team that you're against are just a level above. Different mustard at the moment, however, in the first half we've done very, very well so far of cancelling that threat out, as Raheem Sterling is brought down by Jimenez, who's already on a yellow card, and he's gone. Just what you want before the stroke of half time. I am sorry for all of your ears, but the frustration is unbelievable. We bring on Giles. We're going to have to now drop McGee and Cornick back. Cornick's really not going to like that, playing that far down. And I think that's just how we're going to have to go at the moment. Dion McGee, not particularly an out-and-out left midfielder. Oh, this really does cause us some concern. And in fact, we're going to bring... Sparrow's having a really bad game in the middle. Tommy Doyle's not playing much better. We're going to bring Joe Sparrow off. We're going to bring McGee into the centre. Then we're going to bring Chambers back for Giles. Giles is fine to play further forward. And McGee, I've just noticed, is actually having a worse game than Sparrow. So we just possibly made things even worse there. And Giles is injured. Are you actually having a laugh? Right, Morgan Tong comes on. We're going to push him slightly forward, playing a bit of an unconventional formation here now, and we are, of course, all three substitutions out. I mean, we haven't had a shot on goal. I don't know what to do here. A result at the Etihad is obviously massive for us. But to not even have a shot on goal, it feels like we're playing the Antichrist of football here. It really does. And I'm very tempted to switch to a 4-2-3-1 with the players that we've got on the pitch. We've actually had an attempt on goal now, at least. It doesn't help with being down to 10 men. It really, really doesn't. As you can see, though, we have been effective in kind of nullifying what City are trying to do. We've got 1 million yellow cards at the moment. Little bit of an exaggeration, but it is literally all you can see. Yeah, we've got some very, very tired legs out there as well. We're not in a situation where we can do anything about those tired legs. And the worry is now that we are tiring, is that City will be able to use that to their advantage. De Bruyne is still going. Look at the pass out wide for Lamptey. Lamptey inside. Chambers got it. And it's away somehow. Actually really quite solid defensively there. If we can get this away, I'll be very happy. Ball is over the top. It is launched away. Keon Tete actually is going to launch a counter-attack here. And we've got a 4 versus 3 situation. Puts the ball over the top for Dion McGee. Can McGee get the ball into the box? No. What a waste of a counter-attack. Dion McGee there absolutely wants roasting when he gets back into the dressing room. I'd have preferred him have a shot, even if it went at the keeper. Turned back on himself instead of opening his body up, and the man there had just got right in on top of him. And that was a huge, huge chance for us going forward in a game where we've had maybe 2 or 3 shots on goal, and Valverde just sublime. Lovely pass by Kevin De Bruyne to get him in. And we feared a tatering. They've come at us very, very well. Lovely layoff there by De Bruyne. Nobody on top of Valverde. Just a really good finish. You would expect us to lose at the Etihad Stadium, all truth be told. We haven't even had as many chances as I thought we did. But we've not embarrassed ourselves either. Dion McGee plays it forward. Valverde gets it. Alaba then plays it back to Valverde. Back to De Bruyne actually. Lamar. I expected the ball to go to Alaba there. Valverde inside to Jenkins. Valverde again. De Bruyne, Silva, Lamar. I mean, this is just... I mean, that's classic Man City, isn't it? Stevanovic then makes it 2-0 in the 93rd minute. I'd have preferred to keep it at 1 just for the goal difference, obviously. But we're going to have to take a little bit of humble pie. Would have been a lot better for us if we'd had 11 men on the pitch as well. We've made 3 substitutions at half-time, so we haven't been able to replace anybody who's playing badly, nor obviously anybody who's unfit. But all things considered, it's not really the worst result in the world against Manchester City. I don't like playing that state of football, though. I'm going to say I'm quite impressed with the fact that you played the way you did. With only 10 of you on the field as well, I'd rather get a little bit behind us in terms of morale. We did get stuck in maybe a little bit too much. I don't want to discuss his record at this moment in time. That does leave us then 14th in the table. We are only 4 points clear of the drop. We've got a very good goal difference for one of the lower league sides at the moment, though. That is the only thing that's going in our favour. And next game is against Wolves as well. We're at home, but it's only 4 days away. We've got some injuries, obviously. We've now got a suspension, and we've got some very unfit players. This could be where our season turns around and we drop down the table. I really don't want it to happen, but it's potentially going to. Thank you very much, guys, for all your support. Really, really do appreciate it. I'm glad that you come back after the break. Obviously, we'll be straight through now till the end of the season. Happy days. We will be back on Wednesday. Until then, take care. And yet again, thank you for your support.